Congratulations to the Los Angeles Rams. They win the Super Bowl. And I think we're all wondering the same thing in regards to Howie Roseman. He's sitting in Howie Vision, and what is he thinking? What is he thinking about the Rams Super Bowl? Is he saying to himself, I'm going to copy the same blueprint as the Rams and go for it? Or does he stick to the plan that he has? Either way, I don't know. But I'll tell you this. There is one thing I'm definitely taking from the Rams, no question about it, and that is I'm building a beast of a defensive line. Dallas still stinks. You're right, the way King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great Monday. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. So the Los Angeles Rams win a Super Bowl. They beat the Cincinnati Bengals in a game I for the most part, really enjoyed. I thought it was good. There were some people in my stream, and thank you to everybody who was in the stream. I appreciate it. A lot of people didn't like the game. They thought it was boring. I thought it was fantastic. I like a good defensive game. I like the back and forth, so it didn't bother me. The only thing that really bothered me about that whole Super Bowl was at the end, when the Rams are going in for the go-ahead drive. I mean, they all of a sudden the refs decide, okay, we're going to start calling flags. We're going to start throwing flags. And they started coming in left and right when the whole game, they pretty much let these teams play. I mean, Higgins scored a touchdown, which was clearly a face mask or at least offensive pass interference on the Bengals. Ramsey got gypped off when it came to that. And maybe that's why the Rams got what they got at the end. I don't know. But the Rams, they win a Super Bowl. And to me, sorry, I'm getting a little cold, but to me, it's like what the Rams just did was pretty much the opposite of what the Eagles front office has been preaching, what we've been talking about all off season, about what the Eagles should do. And you got to wonder, this is a copycat league. This is a copycat league in the NFL. How many teams are going to do what the Rams just did? How many teams are going to go all in? The Rams went all in. They traded Jared Goff, a couple first-round picks, some other picks, and they got Stafford. And they went all in to try to win a Super Bowl. And you know what? It paid off. They did exactly that. They won the Super Bowl. So, there's other teams that are going to go ahead and try to do this. And you got to wonder what the Philadelphia Eagles are thinking. What are they going to do? I have no idea. But there's some interesting thoughts to go along with it. But before I start and go any further in this video, I got to say, if you haven't, subscribe. We're getting close to 37,000. And if you are subscribed and have been subscribed for a while, check to make sure you're still subscribed. I've had a lot of issues with people saying they've been unsubscribed automatically. They don't know why. And I've noticed that in my channel. So check and make sure that you're still subscribed. If you weren't, just resubscribe. And I love you. But I just wanted to get that out there because I don't know if people are aware. But I'm starting to get a little bit of a cold. I hope I'm going to be okay. We'll be having tests later today and tomorrow, so we'll find out. I have to take them weekly. But anyway, so the Rams, they go out and they go all in and they win a Super Bowl. And now, when you look at the Eagles and you look at Howie Roseman, the question is what's he thinking? Is he thinking, hey, I'm going to continue to build this team through the draft. We're going to take our time. We're going to take a couple years. We're going to see what Hurts develops into. We're in no rush. He may do it. And if he does, hey, okay, that's fine. That's cool. But on the other hand, he may look at it and say, hey, look, the Rams went all in. They went hardcore all in. I don't have to do all that. I got some young players. I got one of the best offensive lines in football right now. I've got 3 first-round picks, so I don't have to give all my picks away. And you know what? A couple moves here or there, we could go to the Super Bowl. We could get back there, especially when you look at the landscape of the NFL. Most of the good young quarterbacks are in the AFC. They're in the AFC. Brady retires. Rodgers might want out of Green Bay. He may end up in the AFC. I could see him on Pittsburgh, Denver, somebody like that. Then you have Russell Wilson. He may end up in the AFC. And if he does, if those guys do, who's the best quarterback in the league? I don't know what the Rams are going to do. I mean, they got salary cap problems out the wazoo. This was an all-in situation for them. So the Eagles may look at it. Howie Roseman may look at it and go, you know what? We could build this thing for a few years, but really the time to strike is right now. The time to strike in this conference is right now because there are not that many good teams. There's no elite quarterbacks, and if we do a few things right, we could go back to the Super Bowl quicker than we thought. And they may pull the trigger. It all depends what Howie Roseman's thinking. I don't know what he's thinking. I really don't know. But you got to wonder if the Rams, the way they won, will influence Howie vision. I don't know, but it's interesting thought. If, let's say the Eagles were to trade for Russell Wilson, because to me, he's the only really viable guy you trade for. I'm not trading for Rodgers. He's too old. Watson, he's got the off-the-field problems. I don't want Garoppolo. I don't want Derek Carr. So really, it would be Russell Wilson. That would be it. And if you got Russell Wilson, one, you'd prevent Washington from getting him. And two, he would be automatically, you'd have the best quarterback in the conference. In a conference, assuming Rodgers leaves and goes, Brady's gone, he's retired. So that would instantly make the Eagles Super Bowl contenders. Now you fill a couple holes here or there, and they can compete. I don't know that the Eagles are going to do it. I don't know. But I'm very curious to see what Howie's thinking. There were people saying today that Jeff McLean did an article kind of talking about this. I haven't read the article. Some people were saying that McLean was thinking that the Eagles front office may not believe in Hurts like the way they need to. I don't know. But if that's true, don't be surprised if Howie Roseman makes some crazy move for like Russell Wilson or something. I could totally see it. And a lot of people go, I'm not giving up 3 first-round picks. No, you don't give up 3 first-round picks. They might give up 2, but you don't give up 3. Okay? I don't know. But it's just an interesting scenario, something to keep your eye on. And I think with the Rams winning, I would like to know, did it change Howie Roseman's perspective, his plans? We're going to find out. Like I said this before. I think Hurts has earned the year to try to be better, to come back and do it. So if they bring Hurts back and stick with that plan, I'm okay with it. If they go get Russell Wilson, I'm okay with it too, because I totally understand. I think Russell Wilson would be the exception. Wouldn't trade for Carr or Garoppolo or anybody like that. But Russell Wilson, I have to think about it. I think he has at least 4 to 5 years left. So we would have to see. But that's really more speculation than anything else. One thing that I'm going to say that I know I would do if I was the Eagles that the Rams did is I would build my defensive line. Like, I would build a beast of a defensive line because to me, that's the only way you really have an effective defense today. You have to be able to get pressure. You have to be able to get to the quarterback. They got after Burrow, the Rams, okay? And then the last few series of the game, just like in the Niners game, that Rams defensive line took over. Aaron Donald started taking over, okay? They had a 3rd and 1. They couldn't get it. They had to go 4th and 1. Why the Bengals went in a shotgun and tried to throw it instead of a quarterback sneak there, I have no idea. But Aaron Donald took over, okay? And so when I look at the Eagles and I look at this defense, you got to build a defensive line. And we're talking so much about edge rushers. And I'm thinking to myself, the Eagles picked 15, 16, and 19, okay? I got to tell some of you guys, this may be out there. This may be like a little goots, even though I look like Denzel Washington. But I got to tell you, like, the more I'm thinking about it and the more I'm looking at prospects and looking at guys, I'm thinking at 15 and 16, I literally may go defensive end and defensive tackle. I literally may go defensive end, defensive tackle. I may draft a guy like Ojabu, one of these other guys, Johnson, somebody like that. And then I draft Jordan Davis. I don't know if you've seen Jordan Davis, okay? But I've been watching this kid, and he is 6'6", 340 pounds. He is lightning quick, powerful, and strong. He has a chance to be a dominating defensive tackle in this league. And if you were to draft a defensive tackle and defensive end in the first round at the same year, I mean, you could be putting something together that would be special on your defensive line for years to come. And if you have a defensive line that's dominant, then you can win a lot of games, okay? I swear, I would consider like maybe, you go Davis at 15, you go Devin Lloyd at 16, and then you go 19, you go defensive end. Or maybe you go defensive end in free agency. You could do that. You could spend the money, free agency, get a defensive end, take Jordan Davis, and then sit there and take a Devin Lloyd linebacker type thing, then trade that second round pick so you have insurance for Hurts the following year. I would strongly consider this. No, we are not talking about Jordan Davis enough. This dude is a beast of a tackle. And, Fletcher Cox is getting old. I like Javon Hargrave. I do. I think he's good. But, man, this kid he is a monster. You guys got to check him out. I just did a Philly Reacts on my channel membership to him, and I was just blown away. And I've been watching him ever since, studying him. And I think this guy's a real deal. And I think you get him, especially on the Eagles, and then you can get a defensive end with him, you're going to have a dominating front four for a long time. And that's where my I can't talk. But that's where my mindset is. My mindset is get better on your defensive line. It will help every other position on defense, but you got to get to the quarterback. That has to be number one priority. And I'm not so sure that I wouldn't just go get Jordan Davis and then a defensive end. Now, like I said, you could go get like Emmanuel Ogbah or somebody like that in free agency and then take Jordan Davis too. That would be electrifying, okay? And then get a linebacker still. I don't care how you want to do it, but I'm thinking that you got to go spend money and resources on at least a defensive end of free agency, and then you got to try to get this Jordan Davis kid. I'm telling you, this guy has skyrocketed up my board. He has, because I just think a guy like that dominating when you have good defensive ends, I think you're a handful. I think it would make the Eagles' defensive line instantly better. So to me, it's not a matter of drafting him. I'll draft Jordan Davis there. I'm drafting. The question is where do I take him, and do I draft a defensive end in the first round? Maybe I wait till the second round for a defensive end, or do I sign one in free agency? But this Jordan Davis kid, he's almost like one of my top 3 must-have guys. You got to try to have him. That's how you build a defense. Now, we could talk about the quarterbacks and Russell Wilson and all the stuff and the blueprint of the Rams. That's all speculation. But the blueprint of the Rams that I'm taking is you got to build that defensive line. It's got to be nasty. Has to be nasty. And that's what I want to do. So it'll be interesting, no question about it. The other thing is we got to talk about Carson Wentz for a second. Carson Wentz is done in Indy. He is done. They're gonna trade him or cut him. He's done. 1 year. I got to tell you, I don't think he was great last year. He was horrible in that Jacksonville game, but that was his first year there. I can't believe that they would get rid of this guy after 1 year if there isn't something else. There isn't something else going on. There's got to be something about this guy's personality. There's got to be something about what's going on behind the scenes that they're ready to move on. They're ready to move on. And no, I would not. I would not go get Carson Wentz. I do not want him back. No, not at all. But, I mean, that's crazy. You gave up the amount of picks you gave up, first round pick, and then you're done with him after 1 year. Wow. So it's going to be interesting, but looks like Carson's on the move. I say he ends up in Washington, but we'll find out and we'll see. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. What the hell's going on with Carson Wentz? What the hell? It's nuts. It's crazy. It can't be just his bad performance versus Jacksonville. It just can't be that. It has to be something else. There has to be something off the field or something going on with Carson Wentz that the Colts want him gone. We're not going to find out for a while, but something is definitely up. Also, if Carson Wentz gets traded, I think he's probably going to end up with the Washington Commies, most likely. Or he'll end up in Siberia. Who the hell knows? So, speaking of Siberia, you hear all the news stuff about this stuff with Russia and possible war with Russia and all that kind of stuff. I'm having flashbacks of when I was little and there was the Soviet Union and you had the Soviet Union and the United States and you're always worried about the nuclear holocaust, when it was going to happen. I'm having flashbacks. I found myself all weekend watching old 80 movies of the United States versus the Soviet Union. No, Rocky IV. And then I watched Red Dawn, one of the great movies of all time. The original, the remake stinks. And then I was watching another one I think it was called Dawn of the Early Light, or something like Dawn, Early Light, something like that it's called. And it's basically, Powers Booth is in it. And then the chick from, what the hell is that movie? Where she's like the babysitter, and then she's like, she's babysitting, she's like the nanny for this family, and then she's like, when the family's not there, she's like milking the kid, and she's treating the kid like it's her kid. She gets a kid and milking the kid, and it's not her kid, and she's like crazy. She has blonde hair and blue eyes. I forget her name, but she's in that movie, and they're basically flying a nuclear bomb over Russia, and like a B-52 bomb or whatever, and it's all like at that point where the whole exchange of nuclear war, Holocaust is going to go off. It's kind of crazy. But I've been watching all these movies. I can't stop because of everything going on. It's crazy. So if I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I forgot what I'm talking about. See, I just go off on a rant sometimes. Carson Wentz to the Soviet Union, to World War IV, 3, whatever the hell it's called. I don't know. It was a good movie though. Check it out, Dawn of Early Light, something like that. There's old Washington out.